As the founder of the Tyrell Corporation, Eldon Tyrell had access to unfathomable wealth, power, and technology. In order to colonize and explore habitable areas for off-world colonies, the Tyrell Corporation manufactured replicants. These replicants were just like humans, although often possessing superior strength and greater or equal intellect in comparison to their genetic designers. The Nexus 6 variety of replicants produced up until 2019 possessed strength and intellect, but were not equipped to live longer than 4 years in an effort to curb rebellions and limit their danger. Tyrell developed Rachel along these Nexus 6 models, although including significant differences. She was implanted with memories given by Tyrell's niece to better control her. Falling back on memories gave Rachel a sense of reality and purpose, evening out her emotions and testing to see the effectiveness of such an experiment for future Nexus 6 models. Whether Rachel was the only Nexus 7 produced is unknown. Tyrell also gave her more than 4 years of life, the exact amount remaining unknown, as she died in childbirth on June 10th, 2021. Given that Rachel had implanted memories and was not told that she was a replicant, she believed she was human.
Private log start Delta 9. And Mother, I want this filed under Orchid. You've cleared my afternoon?
Yes, sir.
Well, this had better be worth it. Do we have the room?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see what you've got. Pull up G12.
Yes, sir. Analysis of the data provided by Dr. Jeffries and Dr. Iris from Project Caduceus brought back many previously unexamined notions of C66. After collating, I've identified 13 viable candidates for the placement of the radiation mapping array structure installed inside the Black Egg. These sites are all within the broadcast and rebroadcast margins, and more importantly, all have been turned down for atmosphere processing in the last 2 intracycles and are on the YU blacklist.
What about proximity to Zone 4?
All 13 candidates have roughly equal distance to the signature zone designated number 4. Candidates 4, 9, and 13 are closest, but there are issues with terrain and weather to consider.
I know you have one in mind, so just say it.
I believe LV-213 is worth close examination. Probe data indicates breathable atmosphere. It's all mountain ranges with a thick fog concealing steep cliffs. It's dangerous, inhospitable, and the last place anyone would want to terraform. Selling it to the board will be tricky for multiple reasons. Supply cycle, communication windows. However, it would be entirely concealed, and research could go on in secrecy. It could be pitched as the most discreet, if not necessarily the safest option.
All right, let's work it up. Terry and his team will be in next week, and we're all on this for now. We'll give them the facility they want, the secrecy they want, and the staff they want. And while they make their precious death machine, you and I will find the progenitors ourselves. Well done, Violet.
Thank you, sir.
By now you've all read the Iris report, or you should have, and I want to address it now, because I'm tired of pretending that it's not important. The founder of this company was lost in his pursuit of the origins of his species. We can and must continue that search. We must do it now while we have the resources. We must do it now that we know where to go, and we know that the door is open. You have a responsibility to Peter Wayland, to this company, and to yourselves to continue this pursuit. I was told I was key to this company's future. A great deal of resources have been put behind what I'm capable of. And after what I agreed to, what I showed you how to do, I believe that I am owed this. I know you'll do the right thing here. Fund the Promethea expedition. Help me find these progenitors. They're calling. They're calling us home.
Closed communique from Imperia Station. TCS Shadow Relay 263. Recipient intended read coded for Lieutenant Hank Granger. Lieutenant Granger. Urgent instructions to follow. Your primary contact with USCM forces and client WY compromised. Please advise. Warrant issued for Burkhalter and Shillingford. Shillingford in possession of stolen company property and intel. Burkhalter not cleared for mission. Commandeered the USS Ephesius without clearance. Suspected motive is distraught over recent death of brother. Reason to believe Shillingford hired Burkhalter as private force to further steal company property and intel. Orders are to arrest Shillingford and Burkhalter and prepare for handover at Ecclesiastes Station. Further orders as follows. Company wishes to communicate with the synthetic Violet immediately. Relate your current location immediately for rendezvous on Remington. Company reps wish to meet with Violet in person. She is to stay on the Remington and await company representatives en route. Please advise coordinates immediately. Further orders as follows. Any synthetics identified as company property excluding Violet to be retired immediately. This includes any material or organisms related to or concerned or are clones of former company representative Rebecca Steelman. See provided dossier. If encountered, orders are to disable retire immediately. Return of Violet and the USS Ephasia highest priority. Please advise intercept coordinates immediately. And
Hello and welcome everyone to this month's episode of Aliens. We are here and we are excited to play and maybe a little terrified. So, why don't we all go around and say who we are and who we're playing. I'll start with me because I'm already talking. I am playing Medic, now Captain McKeelson. They love that responsibility, let me tell you. And yeah, I'm somehow keeping this crew alive-ish and together-ish, and I think that's all we can ask for. Isn't that right, Deception Chick?
You know, it is all we can really hope for at times, but, hi, I'm Deception Check. I'm playing Hank Granger. He's a bounty hunter / kind of Blade Runner / investigator for the company, and company being Weyland-Yutani. And I think right now he's looking for a severance package that doesn't include his death and everyone he likes.
Yeah.
So, working on that.
Wouldn't it be great if people didn't lose your retirement paperwork? That would just be awesome. Looking at you, Trav. But now I'm looking at Shiny Pilot. Shiny Pilot, how are you?
I'm doing good. No concerned with where we're at and what we're doing in space.
Yeah.
Mostly with the chest bursters. But that's okay. It's Aliens. So I'm here for it. And I'm excited to be back playing Blaze, the smart gunner, and be part of a ragtag group of Marines who have seen some shit.
They have. This is true. We're gonna get wild. We're gonna jump around today. Speaking of a fellow Marine who's seen some shit, Brewer.
Yes, that's me. I'm D20 Coup de Grace, and I'm playing Red Brewer, and he's a demolition expert, and he's ready to incinerate some aliens.
Wonderful. Someone who might be ready to incinerate some things. Nugatosaurus, how are you?
I'm good. It's been a long day. I'm Nugatosaurus. I'm playing Violet 6, the synthetic human. That's who I'm playing. I I gave my alien to my sister, so I don't have that on the planet right now. So
Yeah.
I think Violet's a little nervous.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision that was made. Which more interesting decisions might be made by your sister. With a brick, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I am with Brick. I am playing Plan R or just R. Violet's sister. I'm a clone of Rebecca, and I have a synthetic xenomorph now that is protecting my sister over the ground. So I'm really excited. She's not as excited, but I'm excited. So I can't wait to see what ends up happening.
Wonderful, wonderful. And thank you for guesting with us tonight. And now I must hand it over to our mother for this evening, our game master, producer Trav. How are you?
Well, thank you, Lindy, very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm producer Trav. We're going to play a little Aliens. Shoulder of Orion. We've gone for a couple of months. We're back after a bit of an absence, but we're here, and I would like to point out that we have, of course, as I pointed out in the last show, have moved on from the tactic of hypnoheliostatic stasis with which to inflict pain and punishment upon the players, and have moved on to a process called deep herding. And so far, the deep herding data has really been coming back as something we're very excited about. So things are looking good, and we're going to continue to drive these guys insane and pick them off one by one and slowly watch them all eat each other. And now we're going to get started. The date is April 5th, 2189. It's 2:15 p.m. in the afternoon on LV213. It's cloudy, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 Celsius. They called it the pit in all the paperwork, and back and forth as they shuffled through the office in their cubicles, hiring various contractors, filling out deposit slips, writing invoices, getting gear sent to a planet just inside the edge of domesticated space, quote unquote, so to speak. The pit is awkwardly named, though, because it is on paper beautiful, with breathable air and crisp, cool weather and massive, beautiful trees that resemble the sequoias and pines on Earth. But their coloring is such that they are not so much the lush gray that humanity finds on its home, but more of a slate, drab, pale gray, but pale green that is not the lush green of what you may see on the video when you pull it up to look at an earth forest. On LV213 is a facility known as the Egg, which is at once a research facility and also a deep space monitoring concern. And when the Marines touched down to find out answers about the disappearance of Violet's sister, Rebecca Steelman, former company executive, they were confronted with wild refugees who had holed themselves up inside this facility and subsisting on what looked like military rations and some sort of strange, what they called a Eucharist that they were all passing around between each other. They had hidden in there for an unknown length of time, waiting for mother to come home, they said, waiting for mother to come back. So now I'm going to move into kind of a recap specifically of the last show, kind of bullet by bullet, because it's been a couple of months. And so this is to kind of brush us up. They got to the second floor. They saw about 25 people in the main chamber. No power. Power was turned off. Sabotaged. They were confronted by 4 large men who came down a gantry. If we could go to the map, if we haven't already. Coming down a gantry on either side of this large room. They confronted Granger, the captain, the Marines. There was a conversation, and a company man by the name of Shillingford was murdered by the leader of these men, a man identified as Lester Vernon. If we can go to that picture, that would be pretty rad. I don't know if we still have that picture, Lindy, but we can check it. Not a big deal. So, they all ate this cake as the synthetic xenomorph designated 004 was spotted and emerged from beneath the platform in the middle of the room. And this organism is under Violet's control and stood up, and under the pale glow of her purple visor, cast a mighty shadow on the walls of the inside of this egg-shaped room and humbled most of perhaps this rabble around the room, who then ate this cake with some sort of mysterious substance in it. Lester, after eating his, turned his back on Granger, who then put a hole in the back of his head, killing him dead. There was a scuffle. You met a man named Dr. Vic, who did not take one of the cakes, who seems to be a rational human being, and who was very concerned about a woman companion who was with him, who went into shock when she ate her cake, which she only got to do because he got distracted by Vernon's murder. And while his back was turned, she ate it, and she went into shock. The captain rushed to provide care and managed to identify pretty quickly that unless she received immediate medical assistance, she might not even have 24 hours. Dr. Vic seemed to more than indirectly suggest that killing anybody in the room was a very bad idea. And that when the captain said the word chest burster, Dr. Vic said not right away. Gina goes into shock. Dr. Vic called this woman Gina. Everybody attempted to remove the cake. Dr. Vic, shocked, asked about. They discussed royal jelly together with he and the captain. R refused to leave the room. It was compelled to stay, and Violet transferred the visor and gave the visor to R, who put it on and then assumed control of the synthetic xenomorph 004. Thompson, who was Brewer's buddy, was grabbed by one of the leather-looking dudes with no pupils who have now eaten this thing and are nuts and have knives and small arms. One of them grabbed Thompson and had a knife to his neck. Violet body slams him, frees Thompson, and then this guy, moments later, was eaten. He had his head bitten off by the xenomorph 004. The captain gave an order to non-lethally dispatch all the hostiles. One of them told Thompson that they were all going to be angels. One of the people who had taken the cakes. R discovered that she had to turn the power back on in order to power the machine, and she was not going to be able to do it with just batteries. Captain related to R that it seems everyone just ingested royal jelly. Dr. Vic, there was a big scuffle, lots of fighting. R kicked a guy, and then 3 guys surrendered to R after 2 of them were shot down by Granger, and I think Blaze was in on it too. And they surrendered, and dropped their weapons, and took a knee in front of R, especially after having witnessed one of their number have his head bitten off by this monster that is clearly being controlled by R. At the very end, you managed to pull Gina to the bottom of the room at the foot of the gantry and stabilize her, if I remember correctly. But she still has less than 24 hours. And then Vernon's body, and during all of this madness and all of this fuss, camera would turn and slowly move towards the body of Vernon Lester, which gives a lurch as if being moved by something strong on the inside.
Yep.
It's dark in the room. And there's a commotion, but it's calming down. If you look at the map, you'll note that I've added some people around the room, played by Withnail. These are just sort of men and women. You haven't really identified really what these people look like, but this is in a general way how they're grouped and where they are. They do not look threatening. They look like malnourished refugees, and don't look like the sort of Sunset Boulevard 1979 leather Sisters of Mercy types that pulled a knife on you, and 2 or 3 of which are now dead. The rest of which, at the top of the gantry, have now sworn allegiance and taken the knee in front of R, and the rest, there's only a couple left, and they're over on
Most are
the
unconscious, but there are like
east side of the room.
dead.
Oh, right, they're not dead. They're not dead. Right, except for the one who got his head bitten off.
Yeah, there's 3 dead total. 1 up here, and then this guy up here.
I have a question.
Oh,
Yes.
not that guy.
Didn't we see the tattoo guy and we saw a woman who looked like Rebecca? Is that something that I imagined?
Yep. Nope.
We
Captain
did see that.
spotted that.
Captain.
Captain
Okay.
spotted.
Just the captain. Thank you.
Captain radioed somebody and told them.
I was Violet.
It was Violet.
Yeah, so I told Violet about it. It's like, I should look over there. Doesn't look great.
It's quiet.
Not for long, because Mikkelsen also spotted the jerking of Mr. Dead Vernon, sir, and is just going to quickly overcomes anyone with an incendiary device, flamethrower, immediately incinerate dead bodies. The dead ones. Just to emphasize.
You got it.
I
Yep.
was gonna say there'd be a chorus of copies on the radio. Start getting to work.
Yep. Heston would be like,
Yeah, Heston starts to walk around.
yeah.
Would
Flips the switch.
I don't think all of us would have flame units like in the Aliens movie. You know, only a few people carried
Mm-mm.
flamethrowers. So Brewer's got one. Did any
Brewer's
of
got
our
one.
NPC ones
Heston
have
has
flaming
one.
units?
Somebody
that's
else
it.
has one. I think they might be downstairs though.
Mm. So let's kind of identify, now that we're at the top of the game, what everybody's doing in this moment where Vernon lurches, and because just to refresh everybody, after 2 months, the violence has basically halted as two of them non-lethally have been dropped. A couple are dead, and the other ones have gone, we give up, facing R. Let's start with Granger, who's there you are. You're looking over the shoulder of these Marines, including Blaze. There's a couple of people leaning up against the wall who are just looking at you, right?
Right.
And they can't even get up.
I'm just keeping an eye on the brouhaha at the top of the square up there where R and Violet and everybody were. It looks like it's under control, but I don't trust what's going on, and I figure the captain's got everything else in hand.
For this group here off my nose, for Blaze and his Marines, those are refugees, right? Not the more ones that were attacking us.
That's right. They're leaning up against the wall.
Okay, can Blaze and his Marines, they kind of take the initiative, go over there, because we just got out of a fight, go over there and search for weapons and just make sure that if they need anything, because they're not combatants, but still need to make sure they're secure and not planning anything.
Yeah. You could tell right away that they're ill and malnourished.
Did they
and
also eat
dazed.
the royal jelly?
They did.
Okay.
They have.
I thought everyone did. I
crumbs.
just wanted to make sure because you added new tokens. Yep. Gross.
They have crumbs, and they just kind of look at you, and they're kind of looking past you.
All right. Well, we just do a search and check, and make sure there's nothing going to hurt us here for the exact moment till we figure out more what else to do.
Heston continues to walk around. Brewer, you're up at the top with everybody else.
Back
These
away,
bad guys.
Plan.
They're all like, "You got it, man. You got it. We're cool. We're cool. I swear to God."
Well, I'm just burning up the corpse up there. There is a corpse up there, right?
Yeah, there is. There's one that got the head bit off up there. Yeah. Good job.
Okay, so do you? What do you do? Do you burn it? What do you do?
Yeah.
Immediately
Incinerate. Yeah.
That was the order.
Okay, I need a roll. Don't have to roll to hit, but I do need damage.
Okay.
It's not moving, and it's right in front of you. And what's this here? So Violet, you're standing like right
Damn.
there.
It's gone.
Pretty
How
sure
do
I
you
have a
do it, man?
xenomorph on top of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like 10, 12 damage if you want it.
Wow. Okay, so before you do this, though, because this body you just did this to is right here, right?
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right.
So yeah, everybody kind of stands back a little bit, and I think Violet, which way does the alien go? Dawson and Pierce back up.
Yeah, I guess
Back
it's
here.
Dawson
Dawson
R.
and Pierce back here.
Yeah. R.
They go over here. All right. You torch him. You hear something screaming inside him. As soon as the flames hit him, his body thrashes. Meanwhile, Heston turns
Wasn't
his
it-
on.
Sorry.
Man had no head. Thompson looks like terrified. Thompson looks like
Yeah.
absolutely.
Sorry, Thompson.
horrified.
So it's like,
So, Violet, when you look to your left, you see this woman, this form, and her face has your visor glowing and filling the room with this purple light, and you're standing right next to her, and she's looking. How are you like standing?
I imagine at this point I'm like standing with my back, like kind of like 3/4 turned from where Violet is towards the people who are bowing to me, because I'm like what the hell, sort of like in a half turn, I guess.
And they are terrified, and they look up, and you see them mouth the words "mother." You see that they've dropped their weapons, and you can tell right away that as much as it is worship, you can see the wheels turning in their heads that their guy is dead. Daddy. And they're now looking right at her, and as they stand back up with their hands still up, Daddy, they kind of turn. Hold on just one second. Oh my goodness. Hold on just one second, my beautiful girl. And then they turn, and they kind of straighten up their jackets, and they've still got their hands kind of up a little bit, but they're looking at each other, and then they're looking at R, and they just kind of take a step and a half back, and their body language has completely changed, right? It's spooky because they're not sober, right? And now there's this intense focus on you, and this intense familiarity, and it's not even really affection. It's like instant allegiance and instant respect and instant familiarity of these three guys.
I think in this moment, after kind of recognizing that, she takes a very quick look around, and then like trying to not make eye contact, but look directly at them to make it look like she's making eye contact, because it's freaking her out, like just like them being so like leechy very quickly. She's gonna kind of like turn to them. I need the power on. The whole thing. I need the power on. Now.
Yeah. And they look at each other, and then two of them look at the third one like they think he should know, and he kind of sees them looking at him, and he's like, well, they smashed everything upstairs and downstairs, but it's not as bad as he was saying it was, and they don't need all the stuff that he said they did. I can show them.
Do it.
We're gonna have to go to both places at once.
Okay. Just get the power on. We need it on. And she keeps like looking back towards that like higher pedestaled room where she needs the power on.
It's like everything's fine up here, but they removed, oh shit, man, I don't know. They removed something from this one, and then
does anybody know?
He,
Does anybody know for sure, for certain?
and they all look at each other, and then then one of them points towards where Vernon is standing right now.
Well, on the floor.
And then the other two like nod, and they're pointing at Big Lee.
Which one is Big Lee?
He's the last of the big four guys. He's the only one who's not dead.
Okay.
He dropped the wrench and surrendered. And he's not unconscious.
One's
Okay, so
unconscious,
is he
two are dead.
What is he doing right now? Is he still on his knees, just like surrender
Yep.
pose, or?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yes.
cuffed. We cuffed him behind.
Okay, then I will immediately walk. I like break away from them, and I beeline it to where this guy is. And if they're not following me, I turn around and like wave them to follow me, these 3 goons that I have now acquired. And I want the alien to come out and down and around the corner and kind of replace where I am currently. I can't move it, but I want to move and talk to this guy. And I want the alien to go to where I was and kind of just like stay around where Violet is, just to kind of keep tabs on that area continually. But I want to walk up to that guy and like grab him by his like shirt, whatever he's wearing.
Okay, hold on. Right, yeah, great. Put a pin in that. So they're making their, I love it. So they are, which way do you go? Do you come around the left?
I come around the left.
The right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like passing where Blaze is going to be and everyone.
I just need to enjoy this for just a second. You can't
Oh,
take
yeah.
this from me, because here we go. So now she comes about halfway down the gantry, and as she does, it's eerie, the body language as these 3 guys now flank her. And Granger, they pass right by you, and they don't make eye contact with you. Unafraid, they pass the 3 Marines and you, and they don't even seem to really acknowledge anybody around them other than being completely fixated on R. And as they come down, you can see across the way there's 2 more. I gave them names.
You did.
Yeah. There's 2 more, and they're watching all of this happen, and you see both of their heads turning in clock motion with each other as R and her 3 acolytes come down the side. Now, Captain, you see Heston come around, and he turns
Yeah.
the flamethrower on.
Yeah. Imagine
You
the
hear Big
flamethrower was
Lee-
turned on
yeah.
as he was walking, because it's Heston. He likes fire.
As he comes around, he
Mm-hmm.
lights up
Yeah.
this guy. Will you roll damage for Heston,
Sure.
please?
Like the big one first. Yeah. Good job.
Let me just-
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, Heston's. Oh, no, don't do that.
Violet, you see your sister now walk down this gantry,
Heston.
and you see another corpse go alive.
Oof.
And you get an alert from the ship that is on for a moment, and then just as quickly is gone, and then is recorded in the log as a something. What did you roll?
I rolled, see. It's different damage than
1.
Brewer's flamethrower. Do you have a feat or something, Brewer, or should it be the same?
I think it should be the same. That should be the flamethrower of the book.
Okay. So, because of like because the +5. So 3 damage total. Yeah. 2 + 1. 3 damage. Three damage. I saw how it was doing now. Just took me a minute. The auto calc sheets have gotten smarter.
So did we light all the dead people on fire?
They're currently being
Yeah.
lit.
We're on top of that right now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Super on it.
I know that I need to help Thompson out. He's freaking out.
Well, Thompson, you and Thompson are right by me, right? Up at the top?
Yep.
Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Thompson's a yellow dude. You can't quite see his name because it's covered.
Okay.
ours passing Granger, Granger's going to move to where the bodies need to be burned, kind of following, keeping an eye on things. So
3 damage, GM, if you did not hear that, from Haston.
Thank you. Oh, 3.
3. Yeah. 3 fire.
Because it's +1. Well, where'd we hold on. Where'd we get 3 from?
Damage 2 + 1, just like we got a bunch of damage from.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So they just add that to the. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Because
There's
it's
a scream.
flamethrower. Just goes.
It's a scream from inside of Vernon as his body is immolated. Violet, the ping on the ship is some sort of proximity alert, but
Uh-oh.
it's very far away, and it was gone in an instant.
But it's
Less than-
recorded, right?
It's recorded in the log, and it lasted a fraction of a second, and it gave you a general direction where it was spotted. It was sensed.
So a proximity alert to the Remington up in space,
Yes.
not us down here.
No.
Perfect. Okay. Can I pull up that log? I want to read that log in depth because if it's recorded, it should give me a little bit of information.
Sure. You easily pull it up with, no difficulty, and it just gives you a bunch of data, gave you a rough coordinates of from an X and a Y and a Z, roughly, the direction, and it's roughly somewhere that you don't know how far it was away because you don't know how fast it was coming towards you.
Mhm.
All you know is distance. And I
Okay.
guess that's what you glean from investigating this, is that it happened so fast that you don't know how far it is away.
Okay. Can
How
I
long it would take to, whether it's even
to
coming towards you.
reach? Yeah. Do I have enough? Okay, what am I trying to ask? So I have enough connection with the ship down here on the planet that I can get an alert. Do I have enough connection with the ship that I can have it run a scan?
Not without your visor.
Okay.
Meanwhile, McKeelson, there's a scream from inside Vernon.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dr. Vic begins to breathe heavily, and he hits an inhaler.
McKeelson's looking at this other doc with peripheral. She is keeping their eyes on the 2 corpses until they're fully incinerated. Yeah, we've been through too much to look away now and be like, oh, they've got it. No. McKeelson is watching the incineration happen while talking to the doc. Alright, Doc, now that situation is resolved enough for now, how about you tell me some things, huh?
We have 12 to 16 hours. 12 to
Elaborate.
16 hours. 12 to 16 hours before they have to do that again.
Alright.
And they all have to do it, or they have to have at least a minimal 8 to 10 milligram inoculation of it, right?
Uh-huh.
In order to stay the way they are right now, which is where we want them, right?
Uh-huh.
Until we can have a deeper conversation. So
Yes. Which is
that's
why
not
we're to
the
the
case
side, is so we can have that deeper conversation to a certain extent. McKeelson and it's like, well, I mean, no one else is really here listening right now. Your lady friend here is unconscious, and I think would nod Fisher off a bit, to just.
she's gonna die if we don't get it out of her. And I can't give her any more jelly. I can't give her any more of it. It'll kill her. We have to get it out of her now, and we can do it here. We can do it with what's here if we get the power back on. I think maybe I could do it without killing her, but I'm going to need your help, and I'm going to need to get around on the other side of this wall and turn all that on. And I'm not going back there by myself.
Where are they getting the royal jelly?
We had enough of it with us for maybe another 2 weeks, and then it was going to start to get bad in here. They're getting it from her. And he tilts his chin towards the tattoo, the woman that the tattoo artist is working on. She's been, I don't know. They get it from her, but the old lady over there, she actually hands them out. She made them into cakes or whatever.
Cakes.
So that
Do you know where
it.
she gets it from? Is the source nearby? That's what I'm asking. Have you seen the source?
You don't want to see the source.
No,
know
you
what the
don't.
source is.
I've seen it before. It's not pretty.
Are you asking me if the source is here? The source is not here. We will run out. No,
God.
there is no source here.
Mikkelsen looks immediately somewhat relieved, like, oh, thank God there's no queen here. Like off in some network somewhere, getting pampered by cultists. Alright, good. That's, I've been a lot of places recently, and not much surprises me at this point, but that is a relief. One less thing to worry about.
I don't know how long she's got. I don't know how long it's going to take to get everything back online. I can't lose her. I can't lose her. I can't. Do you understand? It can't happen. So it's going to have to. And he's starting to turn as he's saying this towards Lee, who, watching Lester's smoking corpse, turns to face the two of you as if he knows he's being spoken about. Blaze, what do you Fellows taps you on the shoulder.
Okay. Blaze would probably turn to him and be like, yep.
You should go over there. Talk to the Mr. Tattoo.
All right.
Dawson appears to do chicken shit to do it unless somebody tells him to do it. You should walk over there and just do it.
It's me laughing, not Blaze, but all right.
I'm not going to do it.
Let's go do
the
it.
Captain tells him to do it. We just walk over there.
Jesper, you stay over here with these two fellows here and be in sight of Granger. Fellows and I are going to go do some talking.
He kind of all right. Just like he's hanging out. And then he looks at these two people kind of sitting there, and he hands one of them a bottle of water.
Nice. All right. Blaze and fellows are going to head over then.
Okay. Do you go across the top or do you go along the bottom?
Given Blaze and his experience with the alien things, he wouldn't want to get near that thing. Like, I don't think he'd want to be anywhere near it, controlled or otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Brewer. Thompson and his little friend walk up to you and Violet.
His friend's unconscious. Unless he's come to at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, he was being
No, he's not.
pain. Yeah. So, he's got the red dot. So. He's unconscious.
Hey, Thompson. How do you prefer your steak?
Sir? My steak, sir?
Yeah.
Like
Next time we meet colonization, I owe you one.
Sir, okay. I've had a steak once, maybe twice, but I don't think it wasn't anything to get excited about. I don't think it was this. It wasn't real meat, sir. It was kind of a tofu sort of a thing that my mom was really into, and she would. Anyway, that sounds great. I'd love that.
This entire time, I'm just incinerating the guy.
Why is his chest screaming, sir?
This is how aliens are born. Sorry.
Because there's an alien inside of him?
I think that would be the proper answer there.
Ma'am?
Were you not told that this is a bug hunt? I'm pretty sure that was in the briefing.
Yes, ma'am. It was. I didn't realize they were so loud.
Yeah. Wait till you see a real one.
I think when I was sick.
It's
Ma'am,
not helping.
I'd like to move. I'd like to move my the private here over to not enlisted anymore, but I'd like to move him if I could, get him off the floor, maybe onto his cots over there.
I'm not stopping you.
Do it until we have orders to not do it.
Roger. And he slings his rifle and he steps over and he lifts up this kid and he starts to make his way around towards Dawson and this group over here where there's sort of fold out like cots, like nurse's office, military cots sort of a situation. Meanwhile, as Blaze and Fellows make their way around, Lee turns. Dr. Vic looks at the captain. R has made her way down. Granger, where are you in relation to all of this at this point as she makes her way down?
Following behind.
That's right, you're following.
Yeah, I'm a respectful distance, but moving in behind them.
Heston stands back. Kennedy walks over and nods at Heston, who nods at her, who turns back to the captain and nods at you. And then he takes a step towards Big Lee and levels his flamethrower. This guy right here is King. Go ahead.
Yes, that one's not dead.
Bugs.
They're not here yet. Keep an eye on them. I'm just gonna remove the corpses that have been incinerated, if that's cool with you, off the map.
Please.
Little
He
ash
turns
piles.
his flamethrower off and slings it and pulls out his shotgun. And
Good job,
Lee
Esther.
turns. Lee turns and looks at all of you. On one side is the captain and Heston and Dr. Vic and an unconscious Gina is all we've heard him referred to her so far, I believe. That's all he said so far is her name. To his right, up walks up another group. And I love the visual of this, by the way. This is a magnificent shot of her three new friends, who, like I said, we're talking Viper Room, okay? All night, 4 a.m, a little horse, little skiing in the bathroom, right? Maybe a little, up to no good, right? All night long, right? Denny's. See you at Denny's in the morning.
Oh.
Don't take the shades off all night or they'll see, right? It's not good, right? Gotta leave the shades on.
I wear my sunglasses.
Fisher. Fisher backs around, and so does King. And the two of them are on either side of Lee. Lee was the biggest one. Lee was the one with the wrench. All Lee's friends are dead. He looks left, he looks right, and he looks at the captain and goes, "What?"
Lee looks at the captain. At me?
Yeah.
Mikhail's. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I was talking to you? No, we're not dealing with you yet. That's why you're cuffs, so we can deal with you later. And if anyone else wants to ask questions, you should answer them. But... And I go back and I turn back to the doctor.
Yeah, I imagine that's kind of like when I come up and I'm like,
oh, would
got a
you
couple
like to ask
questions.
questions? Yeah, perfect. Wonderful.
and I'll like go up and like grab him by the scruff of his shirt. And how do we turn the power on? Whole thing. I need the power on.
And you're strong enough to do it. I mean, you're strong as fuck. And this is a big guy. And he's up off his feet. He goes right up. And he's surprised. Right? But keeps it together. Slowly begins to tell you the following, right? I'm not going to do a voice. I'm not going to do an impression. And as the camera kind of goes around the room, everyone within earshot hears Big Lee spill the beans. When they got here from the station, whose name I can't remember, it was Imperia. When they got here from Imperia, they've been here they had all but run out of food. And they had this big experience with Rebecca and had taken on board all these that had the January refugees. And when they got to the base, they decided who got to go upstairs and who didn't. Some died, some didn't. But the whole time, Lee lied about what he did to the power. And he lied to you about what he did with the power. And that list he gave you is bogus. He says you're going to have to go into the downstairs control room. You're going to have to somehow replace a whole comms array that Lee threw into the water. He threw it out the window. And it's the kind of thing where all the communications come into this brain that it's like a super receiver, right? Mm-hmm. And you, as he explains it, you see the Marines looking at each other and kind of nodding as you're all doing the math that it sounds like you can probably patch that without having to go back to the ship. Then he says they went upstairs and did the same thing, except it wasn't a comms thing. It was a power. It was a way to the brain that receives all the power information from downstairs, where all the generators are and all the batteries are and it's hooked up to like a waterfall, like a half a mile away, right? And that all comes from downstairs because as Vic points, as Violet you would know and R you would know, and under his no, Vic wouldn't know that, but anyway, the whole thing is built so that you can turn the power off from downstairs. The downstairs powers upstairs, And so upstairs can't get the power right now because they ripped it out. And once you fix that, you're still going to have to, and you hear Lee like shrug. Lee like shrugs his shoulders and he's like, you're going to have to like, I don't know, boot everything back up. We didn't touch the computers. We walked right in and just went dark because we had our own lanterns. We had our own generators. We didn't need anything. So Lee just ripped it all out. He said she told him to. Said it was one of the last things she told him to do. Was go down there and make sure that she made it harder for anybody who showed up to, I don't know, figure out where she went. So there you go. So I told y'all the truth. I did the right thing. You murdered my guy. We were brothers. And now he's dead. And I told you what happened, and I'll even walk you to the room. Okay? But don't burn me up. Don't shoot me. I'll show you where to go. Whatever.
I'm again, everyone nearby can hear this. Can McKeelson go? Just pause for our conversation, Doctor. And McKeelson's gonna check in downstairs, see how those guys are doing. Just a Ashley Strong, Low, Hennick, October, Bazelle, please check in. This is your captain speaking.
You see Lee Lee's like, could you put me down, please? And he like once again looks at Granger, gives him a long, hard look.
Granger winks at him.
And does not return it and just stares at death right back at you, and then looks back at R and requests to be put down.
She'll oblige. She'll put him down, but she'll turn him around and kind of like give him a push, as in like, you will show me now.
Right. Like I said, we're gonna have to go upstairs and downstairs.
All right, following you.
Okay. Can I have my pipe back?
Yeah, I immediately look towards everybody else. I mean, I'm not gonna give it back to him.
I just imagine everyone's just shaking their
Not a
heads like,
snowball's
no.
chance in hell, man. No way.
And then
Guess
he's
not.
like starts walking, and as he walks by the captain, he like, you hear him say, "We may need it." And he starts walking, and he makes his way through
McKeelson's like,
the door.
fuck.
Makes his way through the door that you came in. Now,
Why would we need it? What's down there? Or up there?
who goes with him?
I'm going with him, and I want. Ooh, do I want all of my weird little minions to come with me? No. No, I don't. I want the weird minions to stay here, and I'm going to look towards like the captain and some of the crew. I'm gonna look at any of them to see if anybody will come with me.
Have I gotten check-ins from the downstairs?
After a long moment, you hear a radio squawk. Copy that. This is Bazzelli. We're good. It's a little loud down here, but we're fine, Captain. How are you?
Loud how?
Copy. They're pretty messed up, Captain. They're yelling and screaming. And you
Hennick
can
and
hear
Lowe's
in the
still with you?
background them scream. Yep.
All
Yeah,
right.
they went over to the control room real quick. And then you hear a squawk and you hear Hennick. And if I remember correctly, Hennick had a southern drawl. If I remember correctly, I think
Sounds
we've
right.
established this, but I think we're gonna have this. Hey, yeah, Hennick here. We're in the control room. It's pretty bad actually, but we're taking a look at it. Seems they ripped it up, sir. They pretty well smashed up the main console here, but we're taking a look at it.
Someone will be joining you in a minute. Heard from Ashley or Strong Blossom. Or Strong. Yeah.
You hear a squawk, and Ashley checks in. Captain, it's Ashley. We're good. We're gonna take a walk, get some air real quick. Just go look at the tree line.
No. You're gonna stay by that elevator and receive R and a wonderful prisoner and escort them to the control room where you're gonna leave them with Hennick and Low, and then go back to the elevator.
Copy that.
Yep. Hilson's like, no. Stop
You can tell
wandering
he sounds
around.
disappointed.
I'm sure they'll be
You
fine.
can tell he sounds annoyed.
Yep, that's fine. They can be as
Were
annoyed
there
as they want.
6 downstairs?
Yes, we left 6 of them downstairs in case
there
of
they are.
shenanigans. We left them to be
Right.
with each other.
We saw a shimmer.
and-
We left 6 down there.
We saw a
Right.
shimmer. We left 6 of them down there,
right.
and we told
And,
them to not be separated.
And you hear another squawk and you're Captain, this is Low. You're gonna want to send down somebody here who knows what the hell they're doing, because
Prepare. Yes, Ashley and Strong Blossom will be escorting you some tech people in a moment.
copy that.
Yeah, and then back upstairs. Who we got upstairs? Dawson and Pierce. They we can send those 2 guys, right?
Well, King and Fisher
Well, Fisher's
move
with
straight
with-
on up.
Fisher is with Blaze. Technically,
That's
they're in
true.
a unit together.
That's true.
Um,
Fisher
Well,
hangs
but
back.
we can
Okay.
we can split them up if we need to. I just got fellows next to me, so I'm fine with whatever.
Well, I'm not splitting the units. They're already in my Word document. They're not getting.
And you're the captain. You're the captain. You're gonna be like,
We'll keep Gasper and Fellows up here. We'll send down Dawson and Pierce. I'm less emotionally attached to Dawson and Pierce.
You're gonna rob
Violet's also
Lindy.
gonna go downstairs.
Yep. And I think they'll go. Dawson and Pierce will go with you. They'll take you to Ashland. Strong Blossom will hand you off to 2 people that are in the Hennick and Low, but that are in the comm center.
I need to go to the shuttle.
They can escort you there too, Violet.
Ranger kind of waves that. Are you forgetting your purple friend? You want to take it with you?
Oh, yes. And I will.
Mikkelsen's nodding yes too.
I will
Yes.
remember how to call it upon me. Make it follow.
Turns. How do you make it return to you? Is it with a flourish, or does it walk like a proud young
here,
boy?
bud.
Or
Come here.
Honestly, like I just imagine it kind of like lumbering, just kind of casually walking and doing like a weird little lumber casually just coming up to me like, yeah, like no issue, like it's normal. It's just my pet. It's fine.
lurches forward. You see Lee right before he comes through this threshold here. He turns and he's like, so I'm just gonna take you to the upstairs control room now. Okay?
After you.
Can you do the downstairs one first, or does the upstairs one need to be activated first?
We can go downstairs first.
Do the downstairs first.
He's like, all right. And he turns and begins to walk. And he walks down the corridor and gets to this junction right here and makes a left and begins to walk and goes on down. So,
Oh, that's not the right way.
Yeah,
he would
well,
have-
I would remember the way that we came, right?
right.
Yeah, I immediately as soon as he takes that last left and goes down that hallway, I'm immediately looking at Pearson Dawson and turn around and look at Violet and just like I just shake my head at that.
The elevator's this way.
What? Oh,
The elevator.
right.
I'm gonna
Right.
make the synthetic get like very close to him, and then I want it to like stalk him as he and him kind of do this like dance turn by turn, so that the synthetic is now behind him and he is now wedged between us, so he can't kind of like do that again.
Okay. He
And just
comes
turn
around and it follows him. And as he goes, as he goes by you, you hear him say, not so under his breath, he's like, I don't think that's a real one. Real ones don't do that. And he keeps walking.
Yeah, I don't say anything. I do not respond.
Makes it
Violet's
all the way down to
offended.
the elevator. All right, so as he goes, Dr. Vic walks up to the captain. Everything that asshole said was true. I want to go to the nest right now. That's what they called the upstairs, the eggs
Upstairs is
control
the nest.
control bay.
Uh-huh.
It's right around, it's down here and around the corner. I watched him smash it up, but then she got sick and I couldn't watch whatever he did with the rest of the components. So maybe y'all could like send a couple people with me and I can go down there and look, because we got to turn all this surgery shit
Upstairs,
back on
there's
like,
an
right
upstairs
now. Right
more than
now.
this?
No,
Just
no, this is
here.
upstairs. It's
Okay,
just you
just
got to
making
go
sure.
through there and button hook it.
When he said we might need that iron pipe of his, do you know what he was talking about?
We're gonna have to fix. I think he meant maybe to fix it. I don't know.
And
I
look
think he's
at him
trying to
like,
scare you.
please.
I think he's just trying to scare you. They're morons and they're on drugs, you know. So what?
You might be morons on drugs might surprise you every now and again. Mick Hilson says from personal experience.
You know.
So
I'm
the other control room is up here. He's taking them to the ones down there. There are people down there to keep an eye on them, and other things. What can you tell me about that lass over there? And I'd like to the lady getting to.
The one over by Blaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to go over there. He looks over and takes a breath, and he's like, I don't know.
Aside
hangs
that
out
she
with that
brings in
guy.
the royal jelly.
Yeah, she had the hookup. They were all very excited about it. She wasn't part of the original January people. She came on at Imperia. I don't know. They all got excited because, well, she's dealing them drugs. So they're all best
right.
friends with her, and she kind of sits over there and stares at people. I don't know.
Okay, alright. You want to go to the other control room. I get it. How far away is it from here?
Not far, but we gotta.
I know
I'm
we
not
got to
going
get
by
the power
myself.
on.
I'm not going by myself. There could be anybody. One of those the people that they left down, downstairs.
They're all still downstairs. They couldn't figure out the elevator. There's like 6 of them left. We swept the whole place.
Okay.
5 of
All
them.
right.
When
All
they
right.
did.
Fine.
Now, as far as the upstairs go, you say it's not far. But smashed up. You said there's a good med bay here?
Yeah, it's on the other side of this wall. You got to come around the other side. It's a really poorly designed laboratory as laboratories go.
McKelson's like, well, we don't.
Past the nest
I mean, McKelson has a look on their face of like, we've opened up walls before, but doesn't say anything yet. Right. Well, how about you tell me just everything you know, even if it seems inconsequential, while I wait for my tech people downstairs to give me the report that happens down there, because it sounds like we have to fix up both places, and I'll assemble a crew to escort us to the control room, right? Up here. Right?
Okay.
I think I hand him a pad and paper. I said, just write it all down.
Okay. And he like takes it and he like starts writing, and then he looks at his lady, and he gets completely lost, and he's just looking at her, and then he turns to look at you, and he's just got tears in his eyes, and he's like, they're all sick.
They're all, yes, and we're gonna do
they're all very
the best that we can, but in order to do that,
dangerously sick.
we need to be on the same
Captain.
page. And I'm gonna talk to people. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna fix it, right?
What if we can't fix it? Do you understand?
Kielson, in a rare display of bedside manner, doesn't say, "Oh, we'll fix it one way or another," like they're inclined to say, and instead goes, "Look, I haven't been through this much shit to not work something out. All right, we'll finagle it.
All right.
This man needs
And
an
he
emotional boost more than anything. So we're
Takes
just,
the pen. It's
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
He's like, okay.
We might have to
all
kill
right,
him
all right.
later too, but it's fine. Just keep him okay for now. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yep.
Blaze.
Woo, just turns and looks at Granger like,
Brewer, what do you do as Blaze walks by? And,
We didn't go through the top though.
All right. Oh yeah, you didn't go through the top though. All right. Yeah, that's right.
Nope.
You came around the bottom. All right.
Long
So I
ways.
want to go right with Blaze, and Blaze, as you walked up, these two guys walked past you.
Probably
And
some mean mugging. Watching them.
there's some mean mugging, and then you come up, and there's these two, let's say two guys. They look like hell, and then this lady on her special. It's one of those like gym chairs, like you would lift on, and like an incline chair, and the tattoo gun is buzzing as she gets a huge tattoo of I think it's a rough xenomorph head
oh,
on
why?
her shoulder,
Why?
Is that wow? Okay then.
and it's sensational, right? It's really rather beautiful, and she does not look up as you approach.
So what does she look like though?
She is.
Does she have tattoos on her? Is there any visible? I mean,
She's getting a tattoo.
Yeah, she's getting a tattoo. She's in like a black undershirt with black leather pants, and she has a huge shock of black hair,
okay.
and looks like
I'm just trying to get a feel for this person.
a goth superstar, like the cover of Heavy Metal magazine, except black and white,
Nice.
and is pretty fucking metal,
Cool.
and
Cool.
lots of wild jewelry and shit on her hands and around her neck.
All right. Blaze then would walk in with fellows. As they'd walk up, he'd be looking to those two people on the side, making sure they don't look any like obvious problems. Then he'd walk up towards the lady they're getting the tattoos and just kind of watch the needlework on the gun as it goes, hearing the buzz. Just look at it and goes, "Oh, that's a pretty interesting tattoo you got going on there."
They say nothing.
They say nothing.
They say nothing. They don't even move.
I'm curious, what would inspire somebody to get a tattoo of a Xeno on your arm? Actually, it's on her shoulder, right? But if they still say
She
nothing.
leads up. She leads up and hits a cigarette that she has. This is the Great Beast. You don't know the truth about the Star Beast?
The truth?
Star.
You haven't heard the truth about the way? They're all going to be angels. Haven't you heard?
How exactly we're all going to become angels through these things?
That one over there will tell you all about it. They got a fun little book you can read. You can be part of their little club. You could wear a robe, but you can sing a song and you can say some magic words and shit. They're all real excited about it.
Are you? Is this something you're into? I get the impression you don't really go with these guys here.
I'm waiting for Mother just like the rest of them.
Mother. He kind of just looks at her, just sizing her up and having this like kind of tense conversation between the two. The music's not helping any.
She looks right back at you and then she squints and she goes, "You've seen it, haven't you?"
Seen what? I've seen a lot.
Yeah, you've seen the beast.
I've killed a lot of beasts.
This one?
The one on
Killed
her
this?
The one on her shoulder.
I mean, not this specific one, but
Yeah.
you recognize it.
Yeah, I recognize it. Yeah, I do.
I like it when people talk about the beast. I like to talk to people about it.
Since
Would you
you're
like
in
to
a
do that with me?
Yeah, since you're in a talkative mood, where did you see the beast?
Only seen it twice.
Yeah. It's popping out of walls, trying to eat your head off.
I saw one at Imperia
Mm.
in a box.
Dead.
No. Mother had it in a box. She was going to take it with her on her big trip. On a big trip. She was going on a big trip. She was going to take the monster with her. She was very excited about it.
Mm.
The other time I saw it was downstairs.
Downstairs here.
It's a secret to everybody.
Well, that's a pretty dangerous secret to be keeping. Do you know what these things do? I do. I don't like them very much.
They're beautiful.
Mm.
You don't think they're beautiful.
I think they're the scariest fucking thing I've ever encountered. I think we should kill them all.
Taking the narrow view. You step outside the right?
Mm.
Turn left. Right? Embrace the beast. You know
Embrace.
what I'm talking
Embrace, you say. So, would you volunteer to embrace the beast if it came up to you right this moment, said you're going to become one of mine? I'm going to make you an angel.
I want to go where Mom went.
Hmm.
I want to know what the big deal was.
I understand that. I think we're all trying to find out information, figure out what the big deal is. I just think we're all looking for different big deals at this point in time, it seems. I don't know if I can hop on with your idea of becoming an angel, though, via this creature.
The beast brings life.
Also takes it pretty painfully.
It's a shame you weren't there. And she looks across and Brewer, what are you doing?
After Brewer's finished incinerating that guy, I think he'll probably go over to Thompson and his buddy and probably trying to provide some medical attention to this guy.
She's talking loud enough for you to hear her on purpose, right? And kind of looking towards you. Right. Shame y'all weren't there. She told us the truth. Truth about these things. They're beautiful. They bring life. And inside them is the secret. The answer to all the questions. And that's why I'm getting this tattoo. See? Yeah. Look at its subtle contours. Behold its countenance. It loves you. See? It's smiling at you. You can't see it yet, but you will get there because we're not done. They haven't turned it on yet. And then we're all gonna see.
Turned it on. You mean the base power?
No, I mean this thing you're standing next to. I'm talking about the giant goddamn fucking space microphone you're standing right next to. You can't even see it. They got to turn the power on. Yeah, they turn the power on. They'll figure it out. Whatever, they'll figure it out. But then she's going to turn it back on. And we're all going to get to see it.
Well, that's just wonderful.
Great talking to you. What was your name again?
Valentina.
He'll shake the hand of the arm that's got the tattoo, and he's going to just look at the tattoo as he shakes her hand and just says, "Name's Blaze. UNSC.
Blaze.
Good to meet you."
Blaze tattoo looks at you.
Blaze would step away from her, letting the tattoo go on, but he'd go on to comms and relay to McKeelson. "Hey, Captain. Just got done talking to the lady getting tattooed up here. Says this thing's a giant microphone that's going to get turned on. We're going to be having some good old times, it sounds like. And she's apparently seen some of these aliens before."
Why don't you come down here and tell me more?
Are you on the bottom deck, sir?
I can see you. You just gotta walk over here.
Oh, God, this room is huge. It's good to see you. All right, I'll be right there. And Blaze will.
I'll
walk
step towards
down.
Granger to like have Granger, Blaze, McKeelson have a little powwow off of comms.
Okay, get down to you guys. Yep, there we go. All right, so he'll walk up and just pull the mic away so it's not talking to everybody. Be like, yeah, so the lady up there's a little screws loose, but she's talking about this whole angel thing with
The one that
aliens
looks like
and-
Violet.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
wait. There's one that looks like Violet.
Yeah, she's getting a tattoo up there. right
McKeelson's
now.
like, oh, well, Violet didn't say anything. Well, it's just like, yeah.
It's-
Another one here right now.
She's getting a wicked tattoo of Xeno on her shoulder. She ran on
Seem
about. Oh yeah.
There.
Oh no. No, it's not
Uh,
that one. At least half of
Okay.
it.
She's apparently was their supplier of royal jelly.
She knows a bit more than she's putting on. She was talking about 2 other aliens that she's seen before in person.
Oh.
And mom coming back. She's
Oh.
waiting for mother.
Well, we've seen a few, and if she's from the brood that got us every one of the violets we have, they've probably been around a lot of those tubes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She
Are they
said
all
where she
in-
saw them?
And what
Yeah.
what was the name that you gave me, Mr. DM? I can't remember. Was this? I want to say Hyperion. That's not right.
Valentina.
On
No,
what?
no, the station.
The station.
I gave it as Imperia, and we got to double check.
Imperia.
that.
We'll
Yeah,
just
that's
we'll
fine.
just say Imperial.
Well, he'd give that name. He'd say it.
Mhm.
So yeah, Imperia, or wherever it is. Said it was alive
Kind of
in a
our
box.
Both of them.
She mentioned one. She said the other one that she saw is here, on the 2nd floor,
Downstairs.
downstairs.
This is why we have Marines.
I mean, maybe that's why we saw the shimmer. Our friends are hunting again.
Could
How
be.
many are down? How many are downstairs right now?
6, about to be 8, plus the Violet's xenomorph. Violet and R.
Shit. We should at least let them know then that one of those things could be down there and loose.
I'll message Violet.
Well, yeah. I sent Violet a message telling her to tell the triplets that their Lord and Savior is not doing too well up here.
Right. Just text Violet. Just like Violet gets like a quick text message. Hey, bug downstairs, apparently.
Cockroach in the roach house from
keep
Rat.
eyes open. Don't let anyone be alone.
Violet will text back and she'll be like, sounds good. But I mean, weren't we always working under that assumption?
Yes, but more confirmed now?
It's
Question
confirmed.
mark?
Yeah, yeah, it's confirmed.
Space Beast confirmed.
Don't tell Big Guy, but going to try to investigate other upstairs control room.
Okay.
So,
She's also gonna add the Remington got a proximity alert. That's why I'm going to the shuttle. I need to connect. Just FYI.
Great. I'll check in with Chow.
so, Captain, when you get a minute, what's the plan here? Are we gonna
What's
start
the
getting these people out?
Chow, you alive?
There's a beat. Copy. It's Chow.
Great. Violet's gonna be swinging by in a few minutes. Just a heads up.
I'll alert the media.
Just leaves it at that. Goes, right, so Big Guy spilled the beans. Don't completely trust him. Seems like he really wanted that range, probably because there's a second xenomorph running around here. That's fine, Earl, fine. Doctor wants to get the power turned on so we can try to do operations to save these people. I don't think it's gonna work, but we don't need to tell him that because he hasn't been on the Royal Jelly, and he's one of the few sane medical minds that we have here, period. So,
Can we save any of them?
He thinks he can. He's a real doctor. It's theoretically possible.
He's a real doctor.
He's a real doctor.
That's
Or
fair.
so he seems. Apparently they've got a state-of-the-art med lab here. Wants me to help. We'll see how that goes. We need the power turned on. So he was wanting to get escorted to check the upstairs control station while they're checking the one downstairs. I don't think that's a terrible idea.
Do we have any concerns about when the power comes on, other systems activating as well?
Isn't that a wonderful question I would love to know the answer to?
They mentioned a giant microphone.
Well, this whole thing's a giant
I'm not
listening
worried.
device.
I will. Well, imagine it sending a broadcast signal out of some kind, maybe
Probably.
transmitter.
I believe that to the tech people.
Oh,
Violet.
when you told Violet about the other version of her getting a tattoo, did she seem attached to this one, or?
Not particularly. She's just like noted.
All right. Well, I'm supposed to kill some of them. You know, I don't want to hurt our Violet, but I could destroy that one, and everybody be happy probably because she seems a little crazy.
I mean,
Then
She's
I
in love with
kind of
the aliens.
technically be fulfilling my charter.
you saw her
with
getting a tattoo,
with-
Blaze. Was there any like? So sometimes you bleed a bit with tattoos.
Actually, that's
so-
a good question. Did we see any white juices coming out of the tattoo, like synthetic
Because you
blood?
typically do bleed a bit during a tattoo, so.
Yeah, but not to Violet's.
I don't know if you would or not.
Did not see any blood
At all.
at all.
Okay, that's also weird. So.
This is a fascinating question, which
Yeah.
is whether this is great, which is whether or not synthetic organisms in this universe bleed when being tattooed. I have to say that I think, and you know, when the Blade Runner RPG comes out, they need to address this. By the way, it's all right to Scruff
It's a good
McGruff,
question.
Chicago, Illinois, 60652 or the equivalent, because we need to tell the game company whose name Freelagen, we need to tell them that I think we need to tell them that I think that God bless America, they don't bleed. I think that you would have a special kind of tattoo gun. You would have a certain kind of needle that would tattoo a synthetic organism's skin, which is so close to being like human skin, but isn't,
Mhm.
is not.
So
Right.
I have a sub question then very quickly.
Yes.
Is a synthetic skin so close to human skin? The only difference is it doesn't regenerate. Like it doesn't, because like what is it? Every 7 years, like our skin basically grows.
Our cells are
anew.
dividing.
So
and-
does that not happen with the synthetic? Because like
don't
the
think it
tattoos
does.
used on human skin, the needles are supposed to go into the subdermal layer,
Mhm.
Right.
so because that's like it goes beyond where it grows. But like I'm thinking about needles and structures and like tattoo guns now. Like would
Right.
that it wouldn't need to be as intense to keep the ink in if it doesn't need to
Mm-mm.
regrow out, right? It would just kind of sit on
Yeah.
that surface layer.
And they would look pristine always because.
They'd look amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Okay. That's
But then
interesting.
there's-
That's super interesting.
Then there's the Violet versions, which simulate humanity as close as possible. So would they bleed?
That's right. These are well,
Which I would say
this-
yes.
Which I would say replicants
Replicants.
would bleed. I
Yeah.
think that is. I love this. Replicants would bleed, and I'm here to tell you that Valentina did not bleed. Blaze.
Okay.
So more indicative of a synthetic rather than a replicant due to the no blood.
Yes.
There's also a difference between synthetics, replicants, and clones. Because technically, ours a clone of a
Mm.
synthetic,
yes.
Is she a clone of a synthetic or a clone of a
a
replicant?
She's a
replicate.
clone
Yeah.
of a replicant.
Yeah.
This is so confusing.
So I would be
Makes
even
her-
further removed, but I would be the least human.
You would be the most human.
Yeah.
Would I be the
Because
most human or the least
You
human?
absolutely. The Tyrell replicants were more
okay.
human
And-
than
Yeah,
human.
Violet
Yeah.
and R
And that was the whole deal.
are
And this
replicants.
is-
Okay.
Q Rub Zombie.
So this means that this one is this is not one of the original Violets. She is probably a synthetic rather than a replicant.
Yeah.
She could blaze it. You know, it's in the air. So and like, wait, who's standing near you? I need an NPC to say something.
It's Heston.
Heston. Heston's there. Let Heston say something.
Hester's like facelift, surgery, right? Cut, right? They all love her.
Sure.
Maybe she wants to like be her.
Look like her. Hmm.
I'm gonna have a granola bar.
Oh, you do that, Heston. It's important to keep your carbohydrates up. Drink some water too.
I'm gonna sit on that now that he's
Okay.
dead.
All right. Good job, Heston.
So, Captain, is there anything else you want us to do while we're here and waiting to get power restored?
I'd make sure no one's chest bursts open, but I think they're fine for another 12 to 16 hours according to that doctor over there.
Dr. Nick like walks up and he's like, yeah, could you come with me like right the fuck now to the upstairs control room, please? So we can
we're
go.
getting the team together right now. Make
And
sure
he like
everything's
backs
ready.
up and he goes like this and he
And
like backs
like
up
get
and
your
goes
things,
back
make
to
sure you're ready. Like telling him to get ready because
we
we're
need
about to go.
move this.
Yeah.
He tells her what like he tells you her heart rate.
Yep.
And her
I mean that means so much to McKelson. Yep. Yeah. Goes. All right. So Granger doesn't bleed. If that answers any of your questions, maybe get some reconstructive surgery. Might be synthetic. You're free to investigate that as much as you want, Granger. I'm not gonna stop you. I do need to get some people
Alright.
together, though. Blaze Fisher, you're with me, and this doctor. How about I leave Gasper Fellows? And
Captain.
Brewer Thompson. Yes,
Since I've already kind of acted outside of the purview of the chain of command when I executed asshole over there, apologies for that. I just kind of felt it needed to be done at the time.
can't say I.
As a contractor, it's hard to get past that impulse, and from time to time, I don't normally have
No, I
direct
feel you.
control over my shoulder. If I feel the need to execute that one over there, is that okay with you?
Especially if they're synthetic. I mean, that's.
I'm sorry.
isn't it?
Hold on. I executed that guy. This would be at a retirement. I got to keep the terms straight. It's all
Yeah,
legal that way.
You're a Blade Runner, aren't you? That's your job. Who am I?
I'm a professional. Blade Runner. That's an old title.
I see.
We don't. There's not a lot of us around. It's not as important of a job as it used to be.
Well, I know my marine orders have nothing to do with retiring synthetics, but you probably have some from the company as well, so why should I
True.
stop you?
But it's been a touchy subject with Violet and her sisters and all the whole family thing. And
I think this one Violet wouldn't be terribly upset about once I tell her I'm fucking crazy.
okay, well, I found okay.
Should
I
you
just
feel
kind
the
of,
need? I mean,
I found some common ground with Violet recently, and
I mean, I'd keep it to a necessity if you have to.
fair. Okay, I'll look into it.
All right. I'm gonna leave Brewer, Thompson, Gasper, and Fellows with you. I'm gonna take Blaze, Fisher, Heston, and Kennedy. Go look at the other control room. All right. Oh, they're all right here with me. That's perfect.
Beautiful.
I'll just tell Gasper, Fellows, Brewer, Thompson, go to investigate the upper control room here with, I'll say like unit this, unit that, which I actually have. That with, team 4 or team 2. So, if Granger needs anything, listen to him.
All
let
right.
me know if shit goes down. And I just start like, all right, you four with me. We're gonna investigate.
Roger
ready
that.
Let's do it.
Go with the duck. I'll tell Violet, also give her update, going, headed towards other control room.
Please be careful.
Think that you just get like an emoji back of like a smiley face with the sweat bead and the thumbs up like
I love this. R, before you headed off down the hall. Right. Oh shit. Okay, everybody's all grouped up. All right, going down now. Your whole posse comes with you, including these three guys, and as no one stops them, these other two guys this way.
Oh my god. Okay.
alien food.
I love it. I got goons.
And it's like I'm telling you, it's the guys around Deacon Frost in Blade 1, right? Like it's all the just like periphery leather bad guys in these movies where it's just big and just a big bunch of meat and humanity to look tough around the corner. It's wonderful. And as you get up to the top, like you all have to climb down, right? So one by one, everyone begins to descend. As Lindy works out the logistics of moving those tokens down to the other map, this group up here, consisting of, all right, who's going? Granger and all of these folks. This is the captain. So let's get the order grouped up because this is important. We're gonna stay up on this floor for right now. Let's group up. Dr. Vic is here with Gail, and he's like, I need somebody to stay behind with her because I'm going with you. I'm fucking going with you. So who's gonna stay with her?
We've got let's see, who's Fellows.
Hello, fellows. Well-meaning and clean fellows will stay with Gina. Sorry, I clicked it too. There's still the corpse of fellows like tilts his head at Shillingford captain and looks at you and is like, I might back him up real quick.
Oh, please.
He's like, copy, and you see him like unsling his bag and take a knee and get to work. All right, so this group begins to head, comes out, and you see Vic take the lead. And Vic walks you.
I go, no. Second lead. Tell him left or right. Don't. There's.
All right,
bugs
fine.
in the walls.
Fine. Then come here. We're going straight down.
All right. And I put anyone really in front of the guy. He's the one who knows where this thing is.
Blazer Brewer. I need Blazer Brewer.
Blaze will go in the front.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
While Blaze is up front with Dr. Vic, what is Brewer doing?
I was going to head back up here and just kind of have a look about the room.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Just a sentry kind of thing.
I love it. Is there an observation roll to make there? Is that a thing? I can't remember.
Yes.
What game are we playing? That's a thing.
I can roll an observation. Here we go.
Give me an observation roll and nothing.
Uh-oh.
Nothing. You rolled nothing.
Well, I would like to use a story point. How about that?
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh. Look at you with the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. We need a musical cue. We need a music hit for this. This one's kind of bubbly. Thank you. The piano's coming back. Brewer looks around the room. And right where you're standing, you notice the acoustics are such that there's this stillness and this sort of subtle electricity in the air when you're equidistant from all the walls and there's just the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up, and it's eerie. And you notice that you have seen these kind of powerful image generators on the gantry above you. There's like a ring, and then you see a network of what have to be some sort of projectors, and but they're not like anything you've seen. They're all custom, and they're oddly smooth, and if they have lenses, then they're part of the contours of it, and it's all very bizarre. You've never seen anything like it, and you could probably get that whole fucking thing to come down if you managed to get something up there, but it would be very difficult to climb. It must lower somehow, because there's no lattice work around the edge of the room like the Half-Life chamber. There's no gantry or anything around this 75, probably 85 foot ceiling, I think we've said. And so it's very spooky. It's probably the first time you've been in a giant round room. It's not something that I think you've ever been in. So it'd be like a nuclear silo or something like that, right? And so then you're looking around at all the computer equipment and all the consoles, and it has not been sabotaged. It's in really lovely shape, and there's a fine layer of dust over all the buttons, of which there are not many. It is mostly panels, and it is not analog by any means. When this thing fires up, it looks like there's going to be quite a show, and it's arranged like a planetarium, but there's room around these gantries to you could probably have 150, 250 people in here, standing around. And so there's this odd sort of performative element to it that there's almost something kind of sad about it, because how many people were ever really here to enjoy whatever spectacle this puts on? And you see Thompson come up over your shoulder, and he's like, "So what's it for?"
I don't know. Just hope I don't see any fucking angels.
Could have like a concert in here or something, right?
Something grand. When they get that power on, I think we're going to see a hell of a show.
Did I see you put something under the console right there?
Just a precaution.
Copy. And he looks around, and he looks at you, and then kind of straightens up and tries to be just like you. As we cut to Blaze going down the hall, Vic frantically follows you.
Right.
You make it down here. I gotta turn on my fog of war business here. Look at this. I gotta actually do my roll 20-ness here. You come down the. Can't I just? Oh no!
What'd you do?
I fixed it, right? There we go. Okay, so you go down, and it slants to the left and goes on forward straight ahead, and Vic's like, left. We go left here.
All right, let's go, Doc.
Can you guys see that? You can't see that, can you?
No.
All right,
It's all blacked on mine, at least.
Lindy, how do I do this? How do I clear? Oh, here we go. Reveal areas. Boom. Look at this. Here we go. Boom. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Even if this, just as a thematic note,
Yes.
even if this dock is being urgent and pushing, Blaze is going to go slow and steady with a little bit of speed, but not too much when it actually comes to getting into this room, because it's still part of the structure that we need to clear.
Right.
There's no rush in this.
He's annoyed. He's
and
frustrated.
if this guy tries to rush and Like, ain't gonna happen.
Granger, where are you?
Muted. Granger's still in the main hall, making his way over to Tattoo Girl.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right. We'll come right back to that. All right. Blaze, you hang a left. There's kind of a door right here. Here, I'm going to move y'all back here. Hold on, let me come back to this. There's kind of a door right here where you're standing right there.
Okay.
And you're going to have to push it open.
Okay.
Which you do, but there's something on the floor and you hear what sounds like broken glass. Are you pushing it with your toe or your gun, or how are you opening this door?
I try and shove it, give it a hard shove with the barrel of his smart gun. If that doesn't do it, then he'd have to get somebody to assist him to open it.
Okay, that doesn't do it.
Okay, then he would say, hold up, and he would call up, who's the next Marine in line? Kilson?
Probably.
Captain, I need you up here on the door. And what I want to do is kind of Marine fashion of need. Blaze is basically going to have the barrel right there by the door opening, and you're going to have to shove and push the door open if you can. And Blaze's job is to shoot anything that tries to kill you.
I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Huh?
Shove.
Shove. With legs, preferably, again, because you can.
Push with the legs.
Pushing. Yep. Mikelson's pushing while Blaze is covering. She trusts Blaze.
She's gonna go momentarily deaf. It's fine.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Okay, who goes in first?
Well, if Captain Hilson is able to actually get the door open, Blaze will go in first. So try to figure out. Well, it'd be a slow sweep thing of number one, what the hell is blocking the door?
Okay.
Two, assessing for targets. It's a double whammy thing. Like, what's going on first? You clear for targets first, then taking everything else.
Okay, McKeelson, you're able to open the door. You can hear the tinkle of broken glass, and there's some clutter. And when you look inside, it's dark. All the power is off in here, and it's down to
We got those little shoulder flashlights.
You have shoulder flashlights, and there's some running lights along the floor that throw shadows all over the room. There's clutter everywhere, and there's signs of like small arms fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some clutter and some stuff knocked over. But this is like a laboratory control room with consoles all over the walls and monitors all over the walls, and they're using all the real estate of what is an unusually small room for a base this size, at least from what you can see looking down where you're at right now before you come around this corner. Go ahead.
Does anybody in our group have a motion tracker?
You do.
I do.
You're the person
That's
with the
right.
motion tracker.
That's right.
That's why you're in the front.
Sweet. Okay. I'd like to pop the motion tracker on. We don't actually get to use that much, so I'd like to have that out.
I have a sound.
And I think Fisher has one in the back. That's why I put like you.
So if she gets the door open, it wouldn't be an immediate charge and clear. We're taking it slow for a sec here too, given the issue. Oh.
There's something in there.
Shit.
There's at least two somethings in there. McKeelson, you swear you hear a human voice say, shh.
All right. Then Blaze would holler out in a barking, commanding voice, Colonial Marines, identify yourself.
Nothing.
Identify yourself or get shot to fuck.
And there's nothing.
Fuck.
Well, get shot it is. All right, boys.
Pushing in. All right. Time to sweep the room. So lights on. Marines, time to clear the room, I guess.
Because we heard you whisper. I think
Oops, sorry, I didn't
McKeelson
mean to hit
says
that.
as we
That's not a
go in.
I was gonna say, if we hear
I
that,
didn't mean to hit
fuck.
that. I didn't mean Not a real predator right there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Soundboard is right at my fingertip.
okay, so to help with the order of play here, we have a motion tracker that has a field cone to show approximate distance of motion, but it would disappear if they're not moving, but we had a last known location if they stood still. We enter the room focusing towards the direction of where the movement would be, but we're sweeping and clearing, looking for traps, looking for
Okay.
threats.
So
any
you
kind
come
of
around
threats.
this you come around this corner right here, yeah?
Okay. Yep. Blaze with Heelson hot on the heels.
Right. Okay.
Then Kennedy.
Straight ahead,
Winston.
you see somebody slumped over this console right here. You see somebody sitting and hunched over, laying down this console right here, sitting in this chair like they're taking a nap. There's a bunch of clutter in the middle of the room, and somebody's laying down along this wall right here. You cannot see around this corner.
It's not pinging on mine, so I apologize, but I can't see your pings.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry. Well, so straight ahead. Am I on the right thing?
You're
think
probably
I'm
on the
on
map layer or the token.
Like
layer.
that?
There we go.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I can see
Yep.
that. Yep,
So this
yep,
guy
I
is
can see
slumped
it.
over right here.
Mhm,
There's
got
a
it.
whole body laying over this.
Okay.
There's a guy laying right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can't see around this corner.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Slicing the pie. If there's no movement off this side, means movement's got to be over here or in here to the
Or
right.
they're playing dead.
Yep, or playing dead. So, Blaze's job though is to keep the major cannon pointed forward. So, I think Blaze would keep moving forward to here.
Check the
With
first body.
McKeelson behind him.
Yep.
Blaze keeps the cannon forward, and he'd want you to check
McKeelson
the
is
body.
gonna check the body.
All right. So while McKeelson checks the body and Blaze comes around,
McKeelson
Blaze
has
make-
their Yauch's spinny blade thingy out because there is movement in here, and I think we'll also say, "Heard you fucking whispering." So again, if you want to die, that's on you. But I'd identify yourselves.
and Blaze, as you come around the corner,
We do double taps here.
I need you to
a lot of
roll.
burst.
I need you to roll observation.
Okay. 1 success. Stimulant. And the shoulder flashlights seem what they used to be.
Huh. Over to the left, out of nowhere, actually, not out of nowhere, out of the side to your left, comes a screaming freak, screaming at you,
He's
yelling
getting hosed.
bloody murder, and
He's
you
getting-
see him coming a mile away. And not only do you see him coming a mile away, but he's having some sort of panic attack with the notion clearly of approaching you, and screams with a knife in his hand.
Oh, you're getting
Runs towards you.
You're getting blazed, buddy.
All right, when we come back, we're gonna see Blaze. Blaze, why don't you make that roll, and then we're gonna come back to you.
All right.
Meanwhile,
I'm gonna need a. Oh, good, we got Histon. Hills was like, we're gonna need an incinerator. Wait, nope, we have one. Good. Yep, that's why I split up the teams this way. Yes.
Lindy, let's go downstairs.
Wonderful.
I got 3 successes on the attack, just so you know. It'll be there.
So
We're downstairs now.
Lee comes around. Everybody comes out. Everybody climbs down. Dawson and Pierce step out of the way as R and her contingent clear the room. Lee's walking first. Ashley and Strong spread out. Violet, what do you do?
I'm gonna head towards the shuttle outside.
Okay. Who else is there? That's it, right? That's everybody. Is
Strong Blossom and Ashley are gonna escort.
All right. So this is kind of rock and roll. So
Violet, while Pierce and Dawson are gonna escort R to hand off to Hennick and Lowe, who are in the control room. That was their orders. No one's ever alone.
this is great. Pearson, Dawson. Wait, what did I do?
You deleted one of them. How dare you? They're people. Damn it.
Okay. They're back. They're back, right?
Okay.
Pearson, Dawson are with? No. Okay,
Yeah,
you
they're
arranged
with-
it.
they're with-
Violet.
yeah.
Okay, great. Okay.
I got it.
So, R makes it with Lee into the control room over here. Hennick and Lowe nod as you come in and shrug their shoulders. You kind of hear them like arguing with each other, not loudly, but as you come around the corner, they're clearly like fussing over the fact that neither of them know what the fuck they're looking at, right? And what the hell to do. R, you come in. It's a awesome dolly push of you and this group behind you. Lee walks up and looks at everything, shrugs. He threw all the comm shit out that window so no one could ever talk to anybody. And then he ripped out all the power control stuff that exists down here. And then he did the same thing up there, but it's basically like a transmitter receiver kind of a thing. And he basically gutted all that. So you're going to have to make the end of all of that fit into the end of all of that, which is technically under the floor, which means I think you're going to have to pull the whole console out and get into the wiring under there, because that's how they get it from the dam and from the actual generator, which is half a mile up a fucking mountain or down a mountain at the waterfall. So yeah, once you tear all that open.
While I'm being mansplained, can I just like see if what he's saying has any truth? Like,
You gotta give me a heavy machinery roll.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh.
Let's do this. Heavy machinery. Hold on. Oh my god.
I know someone who's good with heavy machinery. I need to swap
And,
arsonist.
Oh fuck, this is not my good skill, but this is fine. We're gonna be fine.
Violet's boots clear the damp rail landing pad, and she ascends the ramp, and Chow stands there and nods at her as she makes her way up in another dramatic, I would say, Michael Bay like flourish of a dolly shot swinging around the back of this plane. How'd you do, Ray?
I got 2 successes and a stress.
Excellent. Take a stress. What are
I
you
will
at?
take the stress. I'm at 4.
You're at 4.
I'm at 4 now.
Despite being surrounded by, you've gone from waking up inside of a tube naked, to now you've got money stashed, you've got a gang, and then one of them steps up next to you and like notices that it seems to notice something, and clearly you're giving away that something's not right. And like, tell me a little bit about what's going through R's brain.
R is starting to put the pieces together and like is very excited to turn the power on, but extremely nervous. And I think getting to the precipice of being able to turn the power on to then be able to figure out what the hell this thing has done to Rebecca is like, it's definitely like eating away at them physically. Like they're checking over their shoulder. She's constantly kind of just like being on a swivel. You see her chest kind of like rise and fall more rapidly than it would usually. And there's like maybe probably a little bit of sweat at her hairline, just kind of like understanding the gravity of kind of what's about to happen or what could happen.
Just as you think that, up next to you, walks one of these guys, and he takes off his sunglasses. He's got deep black circles under his eyes. Looks like he hasn't slept in days. But he's pretty calm. He's pretty cool. And he walks right up into your personal space, but not too far into it, right? Right up against the wall of your personal space. And like leans up and goes, listen, I'm Wylan. That's Nathan and Cantrell and Morrison, and that's Warren right there. Okay? Let me tell you something. We're ready to die for you right now. Okay? So if you need us to fix this, I don't quite know what the fuck I'm looking at. Warren thinks maybe, and Warren like starts nodding, and he steps up and like looks at y'all for a second and then kind of walks over to it and starts lifting up a panel and looking at it and like, you just let us help you out, okay? Take a deep breath, whatever. Fucking smoke a joint, fucking sit down, what the fuck ever. We'll watch Lee. We'll fucking sit him down, we'll duct tape his ass to a chair. And then we'll get this thing fixed, right? I don't know how fucking long it'll take. I don't know if we can save the fucking doctor's girlfriend or whatever, but we can, you know, we can fix this. So just be cool, right?
Yeah. Be cool. Sure. In the midst of all of this, let's just be fucking cool. And with those two successes, do I kind of understand what they need to do enough to instruct them to start doing something?
Yeah.
Okay.
They attack it. They all start lifting things up, and the camera kind of
I am the greatest delegator in this time.
The great delegator.
Yes.
And as they move around and lift stuff up, you see Lo look at Hennick and go, see, I fucking told you. What are they going to do? They're going to go right for that. They're going to pull that around you, and they start arguing with each other. Meanwhile, there's a fucking alien in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Actually,
chilling.
Can the alien move to the hallway in front of Pierce and Dawson at that junction?
Well, there's a thing, yeah, they can. There's also, these are big bay windows too, right? Like you can see out, you can see the ship, and you can see out that way. So
yeah, I'm gonna keep that alien kind of in front of Pierce and Dawson.
Okay, before we go to Violet, we're gonna go back upstairs really quick.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go up to Granger. Granger, you see Brewer and Thompson having a visit quietly to themselves up on the top of this platform. And you notice this as you're coming around to come talk to this woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Well, I've seen Brewer and his buddy chatting for most of the trip down here, so just kind of shake his head. They're busy, keeping an eye on, tattoo girl, the girl with the alien tattoo.
Yeah, but they're not keeping an eye on Tattoo Girl. They're kind of off.
Right. I'm keeping an eye. I'm looking at them out of the corner of my eye, and I'm keeping an eye on her.
Okay. What do you say to her then? Do you walk up to her?
Yeah, I'll walk up and a really interesting time to be getting your ink done, don't you think?
Without looking up, she says, it relaxes me.
I can understand that. Putting a bullet in things that are in the way of the people I trust and need around me, it kind of calms my nerves too. I guess pain makes you focused, huh?
Art, man. Can't explain it. It's art.
In the eye of the beholder, I guess. Not sure why you'd want a creature like that all over your skin.
This is the most beautiful thing in the whole universe.
One would say that. One could say that. Not sure I'd trust the opinion of someone who said that, but I guess we'll let that slide for now.
Well, you're a narc, so who gives a shit?
No, not really a narc. More like,
Well, you're a fucking cop. What the fuck? You don't like my tattoo?
Oh.
I will lose.
I have a badge now. Really? Have you seen a badge?
Whatever.
Oh, all right. Well,
You look like a cop, and it's not.
all right. Well, let's play it that way. Let me look at your eye.
She looks up. Hey, and she
Literally have my hand on the PKP of my belt.
And she's got her hands like this, right? Because she's been doing this,
Mhm.
right? Like looks up, and she's got shades on.
Of course.
And she's like, "My eye."
Yeah, your eye. It's awfully strange that you look exactly like two other people inside this building right now. I take notice of things like that.
I don't legally have to do anything, man. You can't.
I don't legally have to give you your rights either. I only have to suspect.
And she like nods her head. And Mr. Tattoo leans back, and with a click, holsters his gun.
Third time to this day. This poor tattoo artist is like, I just want to finish my work.
Impressive work, by the way. You do have a talent.
He lights a cigarette, gives you a thumbs up.
Skill,
And,
recognize a skill. Got you.
I mean, I don't think they're like really rude to you, right? Like, these fucking movies, everybody's a fucking tough guy and everybody
Right.
plays the same fucking character. And it's like, I think that where it really comes off is it's like they're dealers, right? And you're clearly a cop. And that's clearly like the dynamic here is it's not like hatefulness, is it's like, what are you going to do about it kind of a thing, right? But also like, are you, aren't you, right? In these movies, they're always feeling each other out. She'd be trying to figure out whether you are a cop by saying that shit to you. Anyway.
Right.
Right. Excuse me. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I see where you're going.
I'm working on my screenplay, Frank.
I know.
So she takes her glasses off. What?
I lean in and kind of reach towards her face to like pull her eyelid down. Does she let me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I pull it down. I look. I take out my little reader and I check.
Okay. You
Do I
run
get
her number?
Mm-hmm. Is there a number?
So there's not a number.
Okay.
But you have to be able to. I think in order to now you've identified that she is not a replicant and she is not a guy who's not Tyrell, but Jared Leto's character in 2049, who then made a whole other arm of not Tyrell replicants. She's not one of those.
Okay.
Which means she's company.
Which means she's company.
And it would be like your first guess, the first thing that pops into your head is that means she's a sleeper like Ian Holm in Alien.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the idea is to whatever she is.
And I already know that she's the one supplying them with the jelly.
Mm-hmm.
She has the hookups. It's not from here. Okay.
Right.
I take out my communications pad. I'm like, thank you. I bring up my last report, my last orders. I highlight the part about anyone that looks like Rebecca is to be liquidated. I turn it to her. Would you like to check that line, miss?
You see her like take a breath and look up.
I'm open for communication right now. I haven't drawn my gun, so what do you have to tell me? And I put my compad back down.
And there's that electricity in that specific moment where you don't know whether someone's about to break, and she's still looking right at you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've got a lazy smile, like, what? I haven't killed you yet. Everything's cool. I didn't have to show you that. I'm being cool right now. We're friends, right? That's the look I'm trying to.
Right.
He's never been very good at that look, but he's trying it.
But we landed on, what have you got to tell me?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to Violet enters the dropship. Chow steps out of the way to accommodate her as she is senior leadership. Violet, what do you do?
So this is the Remington shuttle, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it has a link to the Remington. So I'm going to go over to the console and I am going to see if this will boost my connection with the actual Remington and see if I can do that scan.
Yes. Make a contact roll, please.
Yes, sir.
I believe you have 25 dice to roll.
A lot.
Roll.
Oh, there you
A
go.
lot of successes.
And a stress.
The stress.
I do want to see it. Oh, how good God. How oh boy. How many stress are you at right now?
I'm at 5 currently, so I would be 6 with this stress.
The Remington has had time to look at all the data. That's not the right one. I want this one. Yeah, it's a little better. No, we did that already though. Let's do this one. I'm killing y'all. There it is. That's the one I wanted. It's a ship. It's about 10, maybe 8 hours away.
Okay.
It was gone. It was there for a moment.
Okay. With some of those successes, can I see if I can, and I want to try to identify the ship, if that's possible.
Let's do this then. You got 1 million successes.
Is it a ship we've seen before?
This is what I think you're gonna find out about the ship. This is what the Remington knows and does not know. It's not company. It gave no it has no signature. You haven't had a chance to communicate with it and run it, but company ships have like a particular beacon or a particular like running hello, unless that's turned off. But that could mean anything other than it is not an active company or military vessel heading towards you. Hello, I'm a military ship and I'm coming towards you, right?
Okay.
It is an object in motion and in a constant motion, that in the moment that it had data on from X to Y, it has a rate that object is in motion and there is no beacon. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. And it'll be here within 8 to 10 hours. Or 8 to 10 hours? Is that?
8 to 10 hours.
Okay. It'll be.
Which has like a likelihood of 65% of being right.
Okay. I'm gonna radio McKeelson. And on probably our private channel.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got about 8 to 10 hours before that blip reaches us. It's a ship. I don't think it's company. It could be, unless they have. It could be if they have their transponder off, but that's not standard procedure. It could be something else. But something's making its way here.
I like how this is coming through to McKeelson as there's like someone with a knife
So I think
running
you
at
heard all
us.
that. So you heard all that while your back was against a door.
Yeah.
You get a chance to respond. What do you want to say?
I think McKeelson just goes, Pirates, Yautja, or who knows what the fuck else. I bet.
Yeah.
An insane madman screams, and a spark
that
gun.
last bit probably comes in on the
right. There's a horrible, nightmarish, monstrous scream, and when we return in a couple of weeks to Aliens, Shoulder of Orion, what are we gonna do? Brewer and Thompson are having a moment, having rigged everything to explode. Blaze has to deal with a room full of assailants. Granger has pulled an ace on a mystery woman in the egg. R is coming down from her panic, her very real. She's a clone of a replicant, her more human than human wave of anxiety and worry and anguish and frustration and apprehension. Whatever it needs to happen, it's not happening fast enough. And Violet just let the captain know that there's something coming. And so the question we have is, how long will it take to fix everything? And is there really something out there? I'm producer Trav. From all of us here at Laugh Love Lindy to all of you, good night and good luck.
Thank you. We go around. We're gonna say who we are, where we can find you, and your favorite moments from tonight. We'll start with Trav, because you're just such a delight.
I was so anxious about this fucking game. I was just like, I've spent we've been playing 2 months and just got so up in my head about it, and so like fucking right. And then I watched the last one twice through a double time, and I was like, no, okay, we didn't really cover a shitload of ground in the last game. We kind of went bing, 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 and it was over. And a lot of really surprising, it's just wonderful stuff, because a lot of really surprising stuff happened in this game. And I guess all I have time for really in particular is the tattoo conversation is fascinating, right? Because that's how we hit this major kind of, I really wasn't expecting that. And I have to say that I was really in some way kind of regretting introducing another Rebecca clone, because oh no, what's the deal? And I've spent kind of 8 weeks going I don't know. And I still didn't know when we started this game, and in the kind of the play of this game and kind of the conversation about the tattoo, which completely evolved naturally, is what if the chick from Sisters of Mercy, who looks just like Rebecca, is over there getting a tattoo, but she's not really a clone, and there's sort of this thing, and now Granger has this completely different, and it's opened up this whole thing. I love what Blaze and Brewer are doing. I love what everybody's doing. I'm so grateful and glad that I get to do this, and I'm so excited that we get to do it again here in a couple of weeks, everybody. So clear your Saturday here. Lindy's going to let us know, double check us on the date, but a couple of weeks, because this is kind of a two-parter, right? We're kind of right here. There's a big cliffhanger. Everybody who knows me knows I love a good cliffhanger. And then we'll come back in a couple of weeks, and then we're going to get the resolution on a lot of things I'd expect. So Lindy, thank you so much for the opportunity to do this, and to all of you awesome people for playing, and all you amazing people out there for watching. This is really great for the soul, really something that makes me just walk around with a smile on my face every day. So it's a beautiful thing. Thank you all.
Thank you. And I'd love to also thank Brewer for incinerating that body so well. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing quite well. Great game tonight. D20 Coup de Grace. You can find me here Mondays, Tuesdays, and obviously here on Saturdays. Well, some Saturdays. Anyways, my favorite part was I think McKilson was talking to Rebecca, and the doctor was freaking out, and McKilson just turned to the doctor and said, "We're not dealing with you yet," and it just got me real good, and I think that really stuck out there. I also really love just the great detail you go into, Travis. It's quite a wonderful game, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Speaking of wonderful, Violet, how are you?
I'm great. That was a lot of fun. I had a really hard time concentrating, but it was a great time. I'm Nagatosaurus. I play Violet 6, the synthetic human who doesn't have her xenomorph with her anymore and is getting pings from the Remington that she doesn't really like, and she's not there, so she can't do anything about it. Yeah, my favorite part was just the image of R going up to this massive blue guy and just grabbing him and lifting him. Like, that's just, I love it. I love it. It was my favorite part. You can find me here Mondays, Tuesdays, the occasional Saturday when we play Aliens and, other stuff. I don't know. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Which is something I'm not going to say to our wonderful guest. But I will say, how did you enjoy tonight's game?
Oh, I love it. I always love coming to play with you all. It's just so much fun. I love this character. I love this entire story. It's been so great to come on in and bop around and kind of just cause chaos with everybody. Hi, I'm with a brick. Or Ray everywhere in the interwebs. I play Plan R, or just R, the replicant clone. And I also like being intimidating as my little sheepish form. So that's really fun. And now I have goons and I feel like a mafia boss. So this is great. I'm really excited for next time. And hopefully, we get a lot of answers because I think shit's going to pop off real quick. And it's good. Yep. Once it starts, it won't stop. So I'm excited for next time.
Wonderful. Someone who should be excited for next time is Blaze.
Yeah, so I can stop yawning. Always excited. Love the Aliens universe, and that's what I like about Travis doing our games here. Favorite parts is the story, the detail, rolling the different angles. It's like a movie, man. I dig it. That's always my favorite. I love it. So, I'm here Mondays, Tuesdays, and when we play our Aliens. And thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you. Granger, how was tonight for you?
Oh, it was always fun for Granger. He just gets to watch some things, shoot some people, talk some smack, smile like it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a good time. No, I'm Deception Check. I play Hank Granger. It was a good time. It was absolutely a good time. Favorite parts tonight. First one was R lifting the guy. Granger had snuck in behind and was going to follow because he wasn't sure if she was okay. He completely forgot what she was. And then she lifts the guy up off the ground. He's like, yep, I don't need to watch her back. Okay. Plan 2. And then Blaze with Tattoo Girl. I just love that entire conversation. It was like half flirting, half information gathing.
It was great.
Really great. It was just like at the end, I was like, I think Blaze just picked her up. I think he got the digits. I really do. I think she like slid a piece of paper over to him when he walked away, and everything's cool now. I thought that was pretty neat. So you can find me here on Mondays and Tuesdays. Mondays for our Great Ravenloft campaign. Tuesdays for the epilogues of our Ravenloft campaign, and soon to be something else when we ever get past the epilogue. And then here.
Everyone gets an epilogue. You get an
Everyone
epilogue.
gets
and
an
you get
epilogue.
epilogue. And you get an epilogue. Everybody gets an epilogue because
Exactly.
it's a long campaign. We get it.
And so why don't you tell us more about that? Because that's me.
Yes, it's my turn now. So my favorite parts. I actually really loved Brewer incinerating the corpse and looking over and being like, "Oh, so how you like your steaks done?" I thought that was a great moment. Poor Thompson is gonna be a little traumatized. By the end of this, if he's not, he is already. Like, the question is, how traumatized will Thompson be by the end of this? I think that's a valid question. I also really enjoyed Granger's conversation with our tattoo-y. And the thumbs up from the tattoo artist. That was great. Just everyone was great. I liked also how people were like, McKeelson, what are we gonna do now? McKeelson's like, fucking hell, why am I the damn captain? Still. It's like, well, I guess we're gonna turn on the fucking power, because whatever. But she just wants to just nuke the site from orbit. We did that once before and it didn't really work. So I might as well turn the damn thing on, right? Get as much blackmail in the company as possible so maybe they won't triple court martial us when we do get back eventually. And get my damn retirement.
Turn the site on and then we nuke the site from orbit.
There you go. That's
it's
fine.
a step process.
A step-by-step. I mean, Brewer's done a great job rigging it to blow, so yeah, that's fine. But you can find us here on Monday night for our wonderful new Innistrad game. We have our episode 3 of our Innistrad campaign, GM'd by Pope World Build, so that's gonna be very exciting. We also have some more epilogue of Mr. Ravenloft if you want to see some revivification of vampire rituals and maybe like a blood curse ritual, some family reconnections, maybe a trip to Pigfart's School of Magic and Sorcery. You know, tune in because we've got all that left in the epilogue still. So just watch it, and of course, not next Saturday. The Saturday after, May 7th, will be the next episode of Aliens because we scheduled out way in advance this time so we could just have it on the calendar because schedules are hard. But thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you, and thank you all so much for playing. You all are wonderful and lovely. Until next time, y'all, have fun with the games.